Hey folks, and welcome to the first full-time podcast by the Sports Folk. Basically, this is a little pre-show thing where I say I may have fucked up a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a lot. We recorded the whole hour and a half podcast. We were quite happy with it. The sound quality was a little bit down, but I was okay with it. What I realised was I actually recorded from my laptop mic rather than my actual mic that I'm using right now, which hopefully is a lot better quality. So just a kind of warning that the first podcast, obviously there's teething problems, so the first podcast doesn't have as good sound quality as the rest of them will. But without further ado, lead on to the podcast.
Hey folks, welcome to the first full-time podcast with us, the Sports Folk. I'm Gary Donnell, Matthew Crane,
Stuart Christie, and Liam Morris.
that went super well. I like it.
Right, so to start off with, because we're from Scotland and we live in Aberdeen, we're going to start off with an Aberdeen topic, and this topic is about the League Cup final ticket plan agreement, in which Inverness have been allocated 8,000 tickets for the League Cup final in a 60,000 seat stadium. So boys, what's your thoughts?
So Aberdeen have the rest of them?
Yeah, well they have supposedly 40,000 of the seats.
Jesus.
40,000
Okay.
seats in a 60,000 seat stadium.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's a bit unfair for like a small. Well, I mean,
It's
in
not
comparison,
small.
Aberdeen to Inverness is quite small. I mean, we get 12,000. I mean, they probably get about 8,000, maybe 10,000.
But to be fair, I mean, when you look at Aberdeen away support, it's just a total different level compared to Inverness. I mean, to be honest, I can't really imagine them playing down an away support.
Yeah, well the thing is, Cali going to be, 3 hours to get to Aberdeen and then to Glasgow?
It's actually quicker to go from Inverness to Glasgow than Inverness
So
to
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Yeah, what is it, about 5 hours?
Yeah,
Because it's back.
it'll be 5 hours.
Is
Because,
that wrong?
yeah, it's not that long because the 8-9 stretches quite a bit
Yeah.
distance. So it won't take that long.
Traffic problems aside, it's obviously unfair.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter how strong your support is, you should be given, especially in neutral ground. It should be 50-50. Yeah, it's what the finals supposed to be about. It should be really neutral.
But then I suppose like the SFA and people at Celtic Park will be looking at it in a way of how we
Yeah, this is wise. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can understand it on that basis, but in the fans kind of idea of it, like it's definitely not fair.
The semi-final I watched on TV, and then obviously because it was, I think it was the Hibs, Easter Road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's
semi-final.
yeah.
It was split there, and there was only 2,000, 3,000 Cali fans. 3,000 Cali fans, I think. So, they don't have enough away support really to fill the even 8,000, I don't think. To be honest, with 2,000 going down to what, 2,000, 3,000
Yeah,
going down to
I can see, but the thing for me is you can always send back tickets. So if they were like, okay, we'll give Aberdeen 30,000, even if they were to give them 20,000, so at least give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, go right. Here's your 20,000. If you can fill them, great. If not, give them us back and we'll rearrange it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good point.
we'll try to fit you into the perfect area so there's not obviously Aberdeen Cali fans. Although I doubt it will get a good answer.
They said on Twitter, the club Twitter said that they were going to question is it SPF final?
SBS,
Yeah, they were going to question why they gave them that sort of seating arrangement, and they're in the smallest corner of the ground, and they're kind of actually spread out between two stands. Although the stand obviously curves round a bit.
Yeah, I think unfortunately it's slightly obstructive views as well for the Cali fans as well.
It's
So.
because
It's just one big pillar.
pretty much is because the Lisbon line stand is basically the big part of Celtic Park,
Yeah.
and that's where the roof is held up, unfortunately. So there will be a massive pull in the way.
I suppose it probably won't be as bad as the main stand at photography though, so
Yeah,
could be worse.
Well, the seats we got for the fucking park game.
Park, this one, yeah.
where some of us were going left. Oh wait, the ball's in the horizon.
I think it was maybe me kind of like falling up and down.
I got one flash and I looked for Michael Hector's shot. Oh shit, my net.
It's just how hard the shot was, and
That was
that's
a rocket. It was beautiful.
Taking the topic away from the SPL, the BPL and the current situation at Fulham, Craven Cottage. What does everyone think? So Felix Magath coming in, Lillenstein, Ray Wilkins and Kerbersley are all out. It was confirmed beforehand that Wilkins and Kerbersley were out, and now it's confirmed that Lillenstein's not going to make up the backroom staff, and then Magath entered. What does everyone think?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't know who the fuck the Gaff was.
He managed.
No,
I was actually going to break into a song of the less singing because that would be horrific. So yeah, he's actually managed some kind of impressive sides. He's managed Bayern for a few years, Schalke, yeah. Honours wise, he's won the Bundesliga 3 separate times as a player, which is kind of impressive. Yeah, exactly. So he's actually
pretty good bit of pedigree about him, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe not Premiership pedigree yet, but
I mean, he's had quite a mixed managerial career. At Bayern Munich, he did really well, as he would. Just the amount of money and spending power that they have compared to a lot of the other teams. However, like Wolfsburg and Schalke, he really struggled. A lot of the players didn't like his style of management. Like he was very authoritarian and struggled to.
it must have worked though, because in Wolfsburg 08-09 he won the league.
Yeah,
So also there's something good about it.
Well,
So
it's
him
him
who
who
did
managed.
it, was it not?
That was Grante. Do you know the big black?
Defeated Jekyll fan, yeah, they were solid. They were actually pretty good in Champions League as well.
Yeah,
United played them in they were pretty impressive.
Yeah, McGaff made an important comment as well to Moonstein. Basically, as Moonstein is walking out the door of his former club, he parts and says that Moonstein had no tactical know-how or just put out a team and delocalise the team.
But that was kind of the general consensus though, because he was only a coach at United. He was still an amazing coach.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So he drilled the players well.
I think why a lot of the players liked him was just because he was such a relaxed manager as well, like coach and that. I mean, Van Persie was absolutely gutted when he left Man U. I think they became pretty much like best mates as well.
Yeah, the Dutch connection.
Yeah, exactly.
But when do you think was the last time that a team switched managers 3 times in one season?
I think it depends what you count as changing though. If you don't count caretakers, because those teams are full timers, eh?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't remember 3 full-time managers getting sacked in one season. Martin Yule should have had the job in my opinion.
Martin Yule was.
He was good. He started buying in weird players like Risa, who was past his time.
He was a proper veteran, yeah. He
Yeah,
got
and
Derby
Goodness. He's a good player, but still.
Still aging. He got really old players. I mean, of course, he bought Jack Grimmer at his time, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did bought Jack Grimmer for Aberdeen. I don't think that's a real record sign.
I don't think he's played.
No, he hasn't. He's putting the like FA Cup's first round or something like that.
Yeah, it's just been loaned out.
It's just been continually loaned out. But, like, they haven't gone for youth. I mean, they're an Asian side. I can't really see them beating the drop unless Konstantinos Mitroglou comes out.
Yeah, that's why I'm so surprised Moonstein got sacked, because he did bring in Mitroglou, Holtby on loan, which is a hell of a fight. Any spot below this kind of top 6, when you're looking at Holtby, you know. So obviously bringing Dempsey back, although everyone expected Dempsey to be back on loan, still a good signing. So I'm glad he's gone. Obviously I would, I suppose, but I certainly liked him.
I didn't like him. It was just a bit. It was the commonality of it as well. There was like Martin Yule, and then there was Martin Yule, Moonstein, and then Martin Yule was sacked, and then it's just Moonstein, and then Moonstein's gone there as well. So when was that a question that you asked?
Well, I was going to try and look it up, but it's kind of difficult. It's quite difficult. There's got to be a lot of in-depth research for
I
that.
think it would be Chelsea.
Chelsea,
thought it would be the Diaz Alvin Grant.
Twice.
Yeah, they've done twice quite a few times, yeah. Totally, but they've never done 3, I'd imagine.
No, not 3 managers.
Maybe a caretaker would have taken a week or something like that, but I don't think we
There's another manager sort of gossip that Cesar Prandelli. I don't know if you know.
He's an Italy coach to Tottenham.
Yeah, it wasn't Tottenham. Tim Sherwood's had a wee bit of a say in it. I'm not happy with it.
Yeah, to be fair, Tim Sherwood's done quite a good job considering this is like his first actual managerial.
He's just taking it back to basics.
I think that's probably what's best. You don't respect that, but I just think it can't go long term.
I know.
Well, it's because like Adebayor has come back, he's got fire in his belly again, and he plays well when he's angry. Simple as. So he's playing well, he's scoring goals, that's great, but a 4-4-2 I can't see beating good teams.
No.
Yeah.
It's too open, especially when he plays Ericsson in the middle.
It's silly. I mean, he needs to play further out the park. I don't like him sitting straight.
I'm okay with him playing round about that kind of area. It's just that you can't. There's no way they can win the battle of midfield.
No.
You know, he can't win the ball. Yeah, exactly.
They just really need to, like, since ABB's gone, I think they've kind of got a bit more of a settled first team, which has obviously been a big difference. But as you said, they just really need to sort out that kind of centre of the park, just winning the ball, and then doing what they do best, get out wide,
That's why I enjoyed Villas Boas. Like, I do like a 4-2-3-1. So having Sandro and Polino as a holding pair, Ericsson off of Soldado, I thought would be perfect.
Yeah, apparently Soldado can't play very well in the Premier League.
Although, like, it's weird. He was playing awfully when he was playing where he should be playing. Yeah, he gets paired up by Owen, so he's crossing beautiful crosses. What the fuck is this? He's never done that.
That's not a step.
In the 9 years he's played professional football, I've seen, because I've always felt Valencia's.
I think he plays well in a 4-3-3 sort of formation where he just kind of receives the ball at feet and either lays it off to the wingers at the side, they take pops, or he takes pop himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's just your stereotypical poacher.
He's not one that gets up for heads or anything.
No, I think he's sufficient. He's 5'11", something like that. I think he's more about getting the right area. You know how he is?
Yeah.
Look how late, he's very short, but he does kind of get that.
Does anybody want to take on transfer talk?
Well, I was actually going to go on to the Mourinho scenario, because he was going to do his good old ways of mind games, and he said that Arsene Wenger was a massive failure. And originally I went, that's okay, that's Mourinho playing games. And then when I thought about it, I thought about the last, 8 years? 8 years, yeah. I was that years an Arsenal fan, and I thought 8 years, the amount of good players that have left, no one's come in. I think he might have a slight point in the last 8 years. Not overall. He was brought through Henry and that, so you can't say he's a failure.
Yeah. He's a failure when it comes to winning trophies. Yes, there is that. But you can't deny his man management is superb in comparison to some managers, like Tony Pulis. Tony Pulis is a good manager. His man management can be shocking.
I think the problem with Tony Pulis, to completely go on a tangent, is that if you're not Tony Pulis type player, he hates you.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to work hard, you've got to play hard, you've got to kick everyone in sight. If you don't do that, then Tony Pulis...
If you're not Glenn Whelan, you're not.
If you're not Glenn Whelan, if you're not Shaw Cross or Huth, then on your bike, son. But back to Wenger.
Yeah, I mean, Wenger responded with saying that he felt sorry for Jose, that he had to drop down to that kind of level.
It's kind of a Jeremy Kyle situation. Where Mourinho's like, oh, I hate you, you're a failure. And he's just like, oh, you're just saying that because you love me.
Like, I can just imagine Arsene Wenger trying to get his jacket off, failing miserably, eventually getting it off, throwing it over his shoulder and walking away just like...
As Mourinho's getting brought back with the security, he's swinging away with his handbags flying in. Tell me you love me!
A single tear from Wenger's eye as he walks away.
Oh, so nice.
You watch yourself, Jose. I'll get you one day.
I may be finesse, but I still fit.
What Champions League final they were in? That wasn't... What was that?
That was great.
No, that was before the Invincibles, I'm pretty sure.
No, that was after the Invincibles.
2006?
Was that against Barca?
It was against Barca, and they could have won it if Fulham... What's his face? God. Jens Lehmann had not gotten sent off in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, good point.
That wasn't...
That was Henry's last game.
I remember the situation though, because what happened was Eto got taken down but then scored. And everyone was shouting for Lehmann to be kept on and for the goal to count and just play the game. And the ref, I have to say, the ref kind of spoiled the game.
Yeah, well, speaking about spoiled games with referees, we've got Man City Barca last night. Anybody watch the game?
I did not.
I did watch the game, but
Although when I heard Derek Ellis was saying it, I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
But if you look at the challenge, if you're looking at that challenge in real time, yes, it looks like it's inside the box. There's no need for him to go there. There's no need for him to even make that challenge.
That's what I'm saying. There is inside the box, and he doesn't necessarily need to make it. I mean, Messi's probably going to go on and score.
He's going
to
score
it
it
last
regardless. Yeah.
Challenge like that. I mean,
I know, for being a player of 32 years old, something like that.
He's not very wise.
Yeah, he seems quite rash.
it's not serious as well. I mean, How can you not be wise without being?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to go on.
He's got a bit of a ponytail as well.
You
So
got
that kind of,
chin disturbing.
yeah, I think that
I
kind
think he's going to be quick on gin.
Because I'm Jedi.
Yeah, he's on
That's
gin.
probably what happened. He was playing with him at centre back with his company. It's probably like,
No!
does he run down? Dodgeball.
Someone thought someone's more creative talent than us. Should cut that in. I think it just brings me back to why get Demichelis?
It's kind of green, he just loves his old
Yeah.
style centre.
Go get Isco then. Well, not so.
Was Demichelis not in Malaga though?
yeah.
So
Well,
that's right. So
Well,
that's
yeah,
Yeah, from Malaga to Atletico Madrid, it's the same transfer window. Did they buy him? Did Man City buy him?
Man City bought him for like 2 million or something like that. It was right at the end.
yeah, it was right at the end.
And they were like, oh, company's been a bit dodgy, and the Stasic, I think, picked him a knock. And they're like, oh, we'll get someone else in.
You're Boya, though. Boya
Boya.
incredible.
Is he not out
Right.
of
it's alright, lads. We've only still got Julian Lescott, Micah Richards, etc. But we'll just go sign David Dallas as well.
Did he play Travis Garcia at centre back?
Yeah.
But he's not played this season. He's barely played this season. He just got injury after injury after
Yeah.
injury. He cannot come back.
It's pretty rough. But,
I think if he didn't get sent off, I think City probably would have won the game.
no.
But I think he deserved to get sent off. You make that challenge last man, that's a red card regardless.
Yeah.
You make that decision in your head, you're an idiot.
Other Champions League last night, Leverkusen versus PSG.
It was Zlatan.
Zlatan.
We should have done that. Zlatan. Zlatan was the next. You've not seen the left footer, have you? Have you?
Yeah, I saw it.
And you.
I haven't seen any
Do you want to quickly bring it up?
I'm just about to bring it up.
Matuidi scored.
You see,
Yeah,
you see Kabai's goal as well.
I scored, did he?
Yeah. So obviously that's PSG thing, which I'm glad about, to be honest.
I actually think they can do really well in the Champions League. The only problem next season, I know, but like the only problem is the defensive side is not the best about them. Like I can see if they play a 3-5-2, they'd be storming. Like they've got so much decent midfielders, attackers, and you could play like 4 up front sometimes with like Lavezzi, Pastore, Lucas Moura.
The problem they've got though is that they bought Cavani. They've got to accommodate Cavani in that formation. He can't play in a 4-5-1 because Ibra's going to play up front.
Yeah.
So you have to play a 4-3-3. Even though Cavani's not happy with that, because he's been on the right.
Yeah.
But you've got to try and at least keep him happy. Although he's going to be gone in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely.
He's in England.
Unless Ibra decides he just wants to play for Bayern with Lewandowski.
Or just go back to Malaga.
Yeah.
Or Celtic.
Just decent chance.
It's on my course put on Zlatan Ibrahimovic to go to Celtic.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's cool. That's Henrik Larsson to go back to Celtic. Sorry, I've been my Swedes.
That's a big one to make a mistake.
Henrik Larsson
I
to
think
go back.
that was
Neil
racist.
Lennon. Actually, thinking about managerial stuff. Neil Lennon apparently linked with Norwich. Chris Hughton gets knocked out. Well, knocked out.
He will get knocked out.
It's just knocking him
If
out.
there's like manager to knock out Chris Hughton, it's going to be like
Is it Delia Smith?
Yeah,
Delia was a princess that's there.
Come on, let's be having it. You're on 12 man. Standard Delia Smith.
that was horrendous.
It was, but moving on.
Oh dear. But that's up to the technical difficulties watching the Ibra go on. I'm sure you can watch it later. And you can probably hear him.
Just stabbing at his screen.
Back to the Barcelona Man City game. What's our thoughts on Barca's style of play?
It's a bit different.
Boring or not boring?
I can't watch.
I've seen a couple of La Liga games, and the last couple of La Liga games that Neymar and Messi have played, they've stormed and absolutely destroyed the division.
Yeah.
But before that, they were pretty much average.
Yeah.
No, sorry, you.
I was going to say I don't enjoy it. That's how I play FIFA, is I pass around. But I do that because I can win there, because you pass around so much, they get bored, and they have you, and you win. So I personally don't really like watching it. Yeah, it's Matuidi scoring for once.
No, it's an absolute shambles.
It's pretty rough. But no, like, I don't know what you're saying about Man City when he wanted Demichelis stayed on.
No.
Demichelis is a ticking time bomb whenever he plays.
Danny Alves still scored. That just proves it.
Yeah.
Dani Alves' goal was quite a good finish considering Joe Hart needed to close his legs though.
The smell was awful. It was like using that Head and Shoulders Joe on the bottom half of the products. Anybody keen on safe standing up here?
I
turned around and said they would back it, and a number of other clubs backed it, and I think the only Premier League club at this point in time that's looking at installing it is Aston.
Because they'll be in League 2 before they know it. That's why. No, I dig it. The only problem is, I think. Yes, I can. I think it'd have to be like a 16 and over kind of thing. I think you'd have to keep it.
Yeah, because it's very, very physical.
Yeah. I can find. That's the only worry. I think it could maybe get a little bit violent. You know, some guy bumps into you a couple of times and Glasson because it's Scotland. But well, speaking up. So. But I do.
Yeah, I mean it works so well in Germany.
Yeah, but Germans are nicer than, well, not being racist, anyone, because I'm half English myself, but they're not as violent as the English.
Wow.
When it comes to football,
I like the English.
What stand is it in the Dortmund? The Dortmund stand, there's flares.
I don't know the actual name of it, but the yellow wall.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing.
It does.
I love it. Just the atmosphere would be insane.
It would be insane.
Just to say, it's so similar in pretty much all the other Bundesliga stadiums. It's so cheap to get in as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's not why the season tickets are so cheap. The season tickets are so cheap over there because most of the clubs are travel.
Yeah, exactly.
The revenue comes from advertising.
I mean, they totally got the
it's going to be magical.
Oh my god!
Yeah. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's delicious. He just strikes it with his left leg. It's fucking beautiful.
Oh, for God's sake.
Anyway, he's fucked it up.
I'll leave it. So I asked the question before the podcast. I put sadly in my notes question to panel because we have a panel now apparently. So
That's not dirty.
I asked before, and you trying to think up who were the top scorers in all top flights in England, France, Spain, Germany, and Italy. So
As of as of now, as of 19,
like right now,
Well,
in
so
domestic divisions,
England,
England,
it's obvious.
Suarez.
Yeah.
Suarez.
What about Scotland?
No, I'm
He didn't choose Scotland.
I would say Chris Commons.
Chris Commons is top Scotland. Stevie May's one goal behind him. And then Chris
Stevie
Commons on
May.
15 and Stevie May's on 14.
Stevie May looks like he's from the 70s.
Oh no, Chris Commons has more. The statistic is Chris Commons has scored more away goals as part of his goals than Stevie May has, or something like that.
Yeah.
To be fair, most of Chris Commons' goals are just penalties.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
Penalties are tap-ins.
Yeah.
From someone else taking a shot.
Yeah.
Stokes.
You always think, oh, it's likely for him to score again. It's Chris Commons.
Get him in the Scotland squad.
He retired, so thanks.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Right, anyway, so Luis Suarez, yeah, you got that right for BPL.
League.
It's got to be Zlatan.
French league for us, no
Zlatan, yeah, that's Scotland.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Bundesliga, this is a good one.
So, Bundesliga.
I want to say Kiesling.
No, there's two people that are joint top.
Yeah, we guessed that.
Joint top.
Both with 14 goals. And one you will probably get, and one you probably haven't.
Right, so
I
three guesses.
before.
3 guesses.
Quick guesses, yeah.
So, right, so I want to say Kiesling. Lewandowski then.
Lewandowski, yeah, that's one.
Son Heung-min.
No.
That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, that's right. So it's the Colombian striker that plays for Costa Berlin.
What, Ramos?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And La Liga, you can probably guess who's top of that one.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo.
No,
And
it's
Serie
Serie
A or Serie A is
Italian league doesn't know foot.
anybody?
This is a difficult one because you're not entirely sure.
No.
I guess Bad Boys, not that.
No, I wasn't going to say that one.
I guessed Tevez as well.
I was not.
I'm going to say it's Lahic. Adam Lahic.
You've got to think a bit outside the box.
Or Alessio Churchy.
Church is actually quite
Yeah,
up there.
that's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, I think he's fifth. Ciro Immobile's teammate's third, and
Who's first?
Gareth dying in the corner at the first.
Yeah, but
was
I don't
Giuseppe
think Walker.
Rossi with 14.
Giuseppe Rossi. Oh, he's come back from his broken leg.
That's really great.
So, and then
For a Man U.
I looked this up as well. So the
Yeah, I
went through all the assists, the top assisters in all of the domestic leagues. Who do you think is the top?
Top assist out of all the leagues.
Out of all leagues.
The ones we've just discussed, not Scotland.
Yeah, all of them.
Well, I'm going to guess that Ronaldo's probably got the most goals out of everyone. I wouldn't say Isco though. No, I wasn't going to say Isco. I don't think it's a Spanish player. No, honestly. I was just going to.
Right, so he's getting against.
It's not me, by the way, guys. Just in case you're wondering, it's definitely not me. Suarez, maybe.
Suarez has got the most goals, but most assists.
He's been assisting a lot lately.
I'll give you a clue. So
which league? Just break down that
La Liga.
It's either
Barca or Real Madrid.
It could be Atletico. Or it could be Atletico, exactly. Or it could be Valencia. Let's just name every Spanish team. And see where we go. I'm going to say Arda Turan.
Arda Turan for Atletico. No. Yes?
I'm going to guess. I don't even know Spanish players anymore. Just go Barca.
I don't.
You go first, then. Hopefully you get it wrong.
Iniesta?
No, afraid not.
I'm going to go for. It's not Koke. I want to say Koke.
Yeah, well, no, Koke's second.
Fabregas
has got
Fabregas. Wow, fuck
no assists.
I think I read that this morning as well. Fuck it.
Rudy and Gerrard are both tied on 9 in the BPL.
Yeah,
Germany, I think. Who's it? David Götze there.
I can see Götze.
It's not Schweinsteiger because he's been out injured like half.
No, because Götze's been playing in that muffed up 4-3-3, hasn't he?
He's been kind of playing like the Fabregas false nine.
Which makes sense, because he's got Robben and Ribéry, who are fantastic finishers.
If you could turn Götze into a striker, he would be on the...
I think he can be that number 9 now.
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
The only difficulty would be, they've got some good crossers in there, and obviously be wasted on the midfield that's got some.
Yeah. But to be fair, I watched the Dortmund Bayern Munich game in the Bundesliga this season. Götze came off the bench to play the false number 9 position and scored after like 10 minutes.
So it just shows.
It just shows he can't do it. So
the big talk for Man U fans at least this week has been Rooney's new contract. It's supposed to be till 2018 and it's meant to be around 300 grand a week.
That's
A week?
A week?
It's the same money for what he does, to be quite honest with you.
it's extortionate.
I'm not happy with it myself.
A stupid amount of money.
I mean, it's a good way because his contract's finishing next year.
Yeah.
So sign him on, sell him off. Because if you sign him on for an extra 3 years, I don't think he's got more. I don't think he'll play until 2018 at Manchester United, to be honest.
Do you really think Chelsea would sign him though?
No, Chelsea will sign him.
Here's what they would sell him. I think that would be the main thing.
Yeah, but
You wouldn't sell him to Barclays Premier League.
No, I think
sell him somewhere else.
I think Van Persie's showing that you just don't sell them to your own league. It doesn't make sense.
Stupid. We find a new vein of form, a new team.
Yeah, or he just carries on the form he was doing last season and
although it's kind of frustrating because my relationship with Rooney is a bit love-hate. It's just whenever, like the Arsenal game the other week, he was awful. He's absolutely awful. He's just mouthing off at the ref the whole game.
Yeah.
It's just like,
he's a thug. He's not.
That's when he was 19.
Exactly, yeah. When you get distracted way too easily.
Just thumping a massive goal from Peter Ramsey's head against Newcastle. Just be like,
look at me! Oh, yeah,
piece of shit! It was like Euro 2004 all over again. Yes, I scored a screamer! Worship me!
Oh, I'm at Tarsal, shit!
Now I'm fucked.
Sven's just like,
now you're sent off for kicking Ronaldo.
We need to calm down, we need to be... That was my Swedish.
What the fuck are you saying, boss? You're not the fucking boss of me.
But anyway, back down to your actual figures, like 300 grand a week.
I think it's just a ploy to sell him on so we can just sell him off for more money. I mean, he's going to be worth less than his contract.
I don't think he's worth 300 grand now. That's too high.
He's died.
He's actually dead.
What if he died? I think his name was not the best choice.
300 grand.
Because they've
a
got
week
bad
is
choice.
just shit, to be honest. Like, it's not
He's an agent, so use that to fund another. I mean, that could be our whole summer transfer budget. Come on, Wayne Rooney.
West.
That's
a pure West.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring me to another point of it's kind of clear United are going to get Champions League football next year. I think most.
You think it's kind of clear, but
I think no, I was saying
it could be a
the
bit of
probability of them getting Champions League football now is pretty slim, unless they've got more chance of winning the Champions League this year than getting in the league, and they're not going to win. So,
I mean, the board are absolutely raging because
no wonder.
they booked their annual multi-million tour of America, with teams like playing friendlies against teams like Man City and PSG and things like that as well. And apparently, it's the same kind of time scale as the Europa League qualifiers.
Yeah, so they have to cancel that tour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or risk a B team in one of the other. You know?
Yeah, which they probably couldn't really
I
afford.
mean, this friendly thing in America, does it really matter that much? Do you want?
No, it does. The money wise, it does.
Yeah, money
But
wise.
there's so much money. I mean,
Yeah,
Real Madrid played. Who did they play? Not City or AC?
It was.
I think
Was it not Chelsea? It was Chelsea, was it not?
It was in America. I'm sure it was in America.
Chelsea have played a lot of big teams.
Yeah,
They might use that emerging market that everyone's trying to grab hold of. Hence why City are trying to get a team.
Don't already have
Yeah,
New
but
York
I
City.
Yeah,
FC, I think, or something.
retarded.
They've also got one in Australia as well.
Yeah, they've got experience as well. But the point I was going to try and make was, will United still be able to bring in the players they're planning for summer? Because the sound is they're going to try and get Gundogan and Pogba and everyone in the sun.
well, there's no chance they're going to get Pogba back after. Like
Well, it's under boys now, it's not under Sir Alex.
Yeah, but
Sir Alex is probably the main reason.
I'm sure he admitted himself that there was no chance.
Yeah.
It's all dependent. Do players want to go for the legacy of Man U, or do they just want Champions
He's
League?
wearing the shirt.
I think also
The legacy.
you've got to take the perspective of Moyes as well. If you think this is a dip, it's first season struggles, and he'll get them back to Champions League level next season, I think you take a punt on it and go, well, I'm going for United, I'm going to get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I miss Champions League football for this year, okay, we'll make up next year. Maybe we'll build stronger the year after, and you come through. Or you go, this is Scottish guy Moyes?
David
Moyes? What?
But you think
Who is he?
Sir Alex had a bummer of a first season as well.
Yeah.
They were close to
The
sending.
first 4 seasons were bummers for him. They were horrendous.
There was I saw a stat on Match of the Day, and it was like Fergie's first season was worse than Moyes' so far. So I mean, it could be a lot worse.
But the problem there, though, is that when Fergie picked up the team, they hadn't just won a premiership. They hadn't won stuff in a while. But since Busby,
But I mean, to be fair, how good do you think the Man U team actually is?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I've always found that it's been a very overrated team that Fergie's just managed to basically get everything out of his players from.
I totally agree. When you look at that back 4, especially, like how did that break record seasons back?
I mean, when you look at the midfield as well, without a Scholes or without like Ronaldo, Giggs, players like that at their peaks. His famous Quentin Fortune.
Did you know that the only fact he had in his top trumps, I had Man U top trumps when I was about 12,
So did I.
and the only fact, hopefully it's the same fact, the only fact I had was, everyone else was like, oh, Forlan scored a hat-trick, scored 2 against Liverpool, blah, blah. Fortune was, once he broke his leg and he kept playing. That was it, that's all I said.
That's why you're saying him, because he's not injury prone.
But he's injured, he pretends he's
He
not.
can play, he's decapitated.
What an absolute trooper.
There's only one thing I have to say to this about David Moyes in this first season. The only thing I have to say about David Moyes in this first season is, like, Man U got a bad injury, and with a bad injury, it takes a while to recuperate. And next, when he comes back from his injury, it becomes better.
Yeah.
So it's if you look at it that way, all Man U fans can look at it.
But then again, if you look at Michael Owen, he's hamstringed and they didn't fix it, right? And he was never the same from that injury.
He was an older player.
No, he wasn't though. He was 26. He was meant to be in his peak, and then when we signed for Real Madrid. Yeah, exactly. And he was shit, Real. I think actually I kind of disagree from the injury thing because very few players come back stronger from injuries. I feel
You're supposed to. What's supposed to happen is when you get an injury, is that when it heals, if you let it heal, this is the thing with footballers, they never let it heal.
Yeah.
They always go back to it. But you see these actual athletes, actual Olympic athletes, they pick up an injury. They'll go out for a whole year before they come back into training.
I think that's the thing, obviously you do this,
Yeah, I'm a sports scientist, so I look at the sort of stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, so obviously you know the theory of it, and I watch.
Could be actually you, friend.
And I watch a lot of sport, and I can see that maybe it's more American sports where full contact players don't come back the same. They rarely do. You know, Adrian Peterson did because he's my boy, but that's it.
Gary, you're my boy. I see you watching the game.
That's like we're gonna watch Vikings. Yeah, Adrian, you're my boy. Woo!
Shout out to that YouTube video. Shout out to that YouTube video. So it's like Greg Jennings.
Good team
out of the third quarter. What's this? He's running with a broken leg. My God, he's running with a broken leg. How in God's name is he broken?
This is completely right.
Darren Shaw, one of the most hardest hitting safeties in the league.
Right now, we're just telling people what to watch rather than listen to this.
Yeah, it is a good video. I do recommend it. Back to topic anyway.
NFL, when everyone's thinking the Super Bowl, seeing as that's how many months ago now? Or what?
Well,
Okay, I'm going to stop there because what we'll do is I'll cut for no offense.
Yeah.
You guys can't be speaking about that stuff, not when we're trying to, you know,
Yeah.
you can't be like, oh, by the way, this Ace video, leave now and watch it. So I'll cut like there. Yeah, do you want to bring the Super Bowl there?
Okay. So, what was everyone's take of the Super Bowl? I know we all saw it.
Yeah, we all went out to see it, which is different in Britain because obviously we used to stay up until like 3:30. I mean, live like 10 minutes early,
Yeah.
5 minutes early.
I thought it was more.
No, I think it was only 5 minutes. Remember, me and Stu lined up for the one toilet there, and that bird skipped the queue.
We paid 20 quid for food and never got it.
Actually, I don't actually think they were still making food at that point.
No,
I would just give it up.
Anyway, nonetheless, the Super Bowl, I enjoyed it because we were all there and we were drinking and stuff. But drinking,
In reflection to the game,
it was interesting because obviously it started off with safety, which you don't see a whole lot even throughout the entire season. And the way that Peyton Manning seemed to just kind of curl up with that ball and die in everyone's view in like one of the most public events ever shown on TV. It was kind of impressive.
There's another point in the Harry Potter movies where, what was it? The last movie where Harry Potter dies and then he goes into this white train
Spoilers.
station. Yeah. White train station and he looks under the bench and there's like a miniature little fetus of Voldemort just going out. That's what Peyton Manning was.
That was elaborate.
Yeah, that was deep.
Yeah, that was deep.
I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed the defensive domination from Cam Chancellor for the Seahawks.
I get it. I think we're all kind of agreed that he should have won MVP. I understand that Smith obviously was it Smith?
Yeah.
Smith the linebacker, he obviously got pick 6, fair enough, but I think Cam Chancellor got picked, he got a fumble, he had forced fumble, he was just a general.
I think Smith did made some key tackles as well, but it was just interesting just to see a defensive player win MVP actually.
I like defense all season, I think. It's bound to be an MVP against the best offense in the league.
Yeah, it was. See, that's the kind of sad thing. It was supposed to be a really, really good game.
It was supposed to be a clash against the Titans, which is attack versus defense.
But it showed what everyone's knowing. Everyone who's watched sport for at least 6 or 7 years knows defense wins you championships. Whether it's football, whether it's American football, whether it's ice hockey.
Well, I love ice hockey.
It's around golf. Yes, golf defense wins you cups.
No, I think golf. What wins you in golf is
putt.
What's it called?
Driver show putt for dough. Tiger vision.
Scrambling.
It's like bouncing back, but I can't remember what kind of trait it is.
Well, scrambling is like if you hit a bad shot and you're able to recover.
Yeah, recover it. But you have an amazing recovery.
It's kind of like a quarterback then. You kind of have to have amnesia of your last shot. You need to put out your mind. You just concentrate on what you're doing now.
Yeah.
You've thrown a pick in the last play, just forget about that and try and force your way.
Yeah, although I don't know what, it's kind of, it would be quite funny. I'm just imagining Eli sitting in the stand, either crying for his brother or either laughing at him.
I think if I was Eli, I'd be like, you have the records, but playing bitch. He's like showing off the 2 rings, like, what?
With two fingers up flicking the wheels.
There was just that picture of Peyton Manning sitting in the stands after the offense comes off on the phone, and you're just thinking, he's phoning his mum.
He's like, no, he's ordering a Papa John's pizza. Someone help, I need cheese.
Cheese? What kind of accent would he be? Like Hillbilly?
A bit country.
It's like
Big country 20 gotta get pepperoni double five. What?
I'd like to be more sort of
Completely off topic again.
It doesn't matter. That's what podcasts are about.
Look, Ben.
Yeah, the banter. Does anybody want to speak about rugby?
Do we know anything about rugby?
I have written down some.
Yeah,
some
but
basic stuff.
you watch rugby.
I do generally watch the Six Nations every year, so.
I don't, because...
Okay, so folks who are still listening for some reason, feel free to listen to just Morris. We're going to rugby for the next 20
So, our nation, if you didn't know, is Scotland, because we're proud Scotsmen. It's sad times for Scotland, as Scotland are in pole position for a prize, and that being the wooden spoon. We're currently bottom of the table, along with Italy.
As usual.
Italy are going to destroy us.
Although we are last. We're last on the basis of point difference. So I think we could win.
No,
win on
we're
Saturday.
not going to beat
Just
Italy.
dig out a good win. It'd be surprising.
Italy played fantastic against France.
In comparison to last year, we placed third with a points difference of -9, so that's like kind of like a goal difference in football.
Yep.
So they have a -9. And this should bottom with a points difference of -42.
Yeah, but we have played England and Ireland as our first two games.
Yeah, I know, we beat Ireland last year.
Last year?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Last year, but what
Not
what
this year.
changed in a year?
Not playing pivotal players like forward. You don't play him, you don't win.
I think
It's simple as.
the massive problem in Scotland this season is just the line out has been all to pot from one. Totally just losing every one of them, just giving away possession for a start.
Richie Gray's hair is too low. That's the problem.
Richie Gray not playing.
Yeah, Richie Gray as well.
Missing key players like Richie Gray and Tim Visser is a big problem.
Thingy boys here that if Scotland go independent, which is big topic at the moment,
Please
if
We're
Scotland,
not going to go to politics.
no.
no, it's not politics at all. If Scotland go independent, Scotland are out of the Six Nations.
Seriously?
The Six Nations Association will not allow Scotland to be in if it's independent, because then it's not technically one of the Six Nations, because it's not part of it.
If we get briefly political, you guys aren't very political. I am. And it's just yet another reason why Alex Salmon should be shot.
That's my political view.
He's got a very good point.
But we'll leave that aside.
Yeah.
Because it's sports.
And that'll be it for rugby, because I don't know anything else about rugby.
Well, thanks. Thanks to the Morris Corner.
That's so successful. Morris.
Thank you, Jeff.
One rugby fans can be, thanks guys!
Anyway,
Olympics,
yeah, quite a relevant topic is Sochi, or Sochi, whatever you prefer.
Sockeye.
Sucky.
We're Scottish. Sockeye.
Anyway, GB have been doing pretty well. The curling teams have done very well. The men's team made it to the final today, defeating Sweden thanks to a humongous error from Nicholas Eden.
Massive.
He basically took out
His own two
his own
stones.
2 stones that were in a very good position and just set up for David Murdoch to just put
If he hadn't taken out those 2 stones and just played a safe shot, they would have won it.
Yeah, I know. They were 1 point ahead in the 10th.
And then they still would have won it by 1 point.
Excitation of curling.
Oh, GB, all the GB's curlers are Scottish.
Hashtag love curling.
One of my old buddies from primary school actually did curling for 6 years. And he never told us because he was that embarrassed that we take the piss out of it.
I think it's a cool sport.
I think it's kind of like field bowls. I think like short grass ball and whatever you call
I
it.
think it'd be
I
cool.
think when you play it, it is enjoyable. It's just not the coolest of things.
Yeah.
It's not exactly rock stars.
But curling is something different.
It's like one of those things, like when it comes around the Winter Olympics, everyone starts taking the slopes and
I think
curling.
the only thing I've learned from the Soccer Olympics, because I haven't watched it, Part of the political, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
The main thing I found is that the lad Bible can find pictures of anyone.
Any athlete,
My buddy from college was like, "Oh, dude, if you need to watch the Olympics," so I decided to look up some pictures, and I go, "Oh, I need to learn to ski like now."
I was in work the other day, and my boss was like, "Oh, have you been watching the Winter Olympics?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What about yourself?" I was like, "Yeah, I've really been into the curling." I was sitting in the living room watching it, and my wife came through and was just like, "Why are you watching the curling?" And then he replied with, "Oh, I just really like it. It's really tactical. It's just getting me thinking, you know." Little did his wife know he was just watching it just because of the Russian curling female team.
Is it good?
Very good.
Oh, really?
I see.
I saw the British women's team, and there was one that I was like, "Oh."
Which was the blonde one?
No, it was a black hair one. And I thought, if I
What,
asked
the
her,
one?
the sweat.
That's Eve Muriel.
I was like, if I was to ask her out, I think she'd punch me. Like, she was just pissed off.
So was shouting at people.
Yeah.
Gosh, hard.
Can I buy you a drink? No, fuck off. Fuck, all right.
It's just, it's so funny. You know, the woman shouting in curling. That's.
I think I find I'm accustomed to that kind of stuff.
Although it's the GB women's team, Anna Sloan. She's my new one. She is delightful.
By the way, just to clarify, we are not sexist in any way. Clean it.
You're the one who should have said that.
No, I'm just
We were all just joking around. You were like, "Oh yes, my 60s thinking."
Anyway, who thinks is the top 3 in the medal table at the moment?
Let's go. One's going to be Canada. Norway.
Isn't Holland one of them?
No, just go through deliberate, think what's your top 3.
My top 3.
I'm going to go top 3. I'm going to go first.
What do you think? What do you think?
Canada, Norway, and Russia.
Well, check out my bobsled team now, so they're actually near the top.
Did you see the Brazilian bobsled team's crash?
Oh god, no.
It was wild. Awful.
I have to say, like, for something that
Yeah, but come on.
for something like they're kind of elegant almost on the ice. Some of the crashes are fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Like I watched some of the snowboarding, and some of them were like they get halfway through a flip and just buff it. And that's not. And like obviously everything's all the snow's compacted, so that's gonna hurt. There's no give.
Back to the top 3 medals. What are we thinking?
Well, I've gone.
Canada's got me there.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking a bit of Norway, a bit of Holland, and maybe a bit of Korea.
Oh no,
South Korea.
I've made a very big mistake. I'm going to go with Canada, Norway, and Germany. Because Germany's won a heap of medals on baking race going very nice. Well, they won the luge and they won the skeleton as well.
Oh, well,
They won the ski jump.
speaking of skeleton, what about Lizzie Arnold?
She won her first gold.
Yeah, she was
Well,
the
first
top
one
one.
was nice, isn't it? For a group.
It was Amy Williams won last.
It was, what was it again?
Torval and Dean.
No, Robin Cousins won a gold on ice before them. It was somebody won first medal on snow.
Oh, that was
It
funny.
was like
The bronze medal, it was women's.
yeah, it was like slope style.
Yeah, slow style. So basically,
Yeah,
go up and do tricks.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
I can't remember. Well done to whoever that was.
The bronze
We've
medal.
completely forgotten your name.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And you won't be listening to this. I apologise.
Another news: won the Finland,
Wonderful.
beating Russia in the quarterfinals to get through to the semis in ice hockey.
Russia aren't quite the same hockey team that you got with them.
Russia, to be honest, like they're a very good technical team, but like as a unit together, I don't think they really click. And I absolutely hate them. They're full of like scumbags. Alexander Radulov is an absolute mink.
I don't think he's quite a mink. I think he's just a really, really dirty player.
Yeah, he is. But I don't understand it because he's so good technically as well.
Where can you determine who's a really, really dirty player in ice hockey though? Because everyone
No,
seems to bash
there's strikes, then there's
Stuff, yeah, he's doing stick and stuff like that.
Like,
That's
because a body isn't a body check now illegal.
no, body checks are legal in the game. It is. It just depends.
It's the way they do it.
It depends on the way they do it. I mean, if they body check a guy who's facing the boards and is basically his
You're hanging in the back, basically.
yeah, his face isn't the boards, then it's obviously going to be a penalty against you because it's illegal in the game. But just want to say well done, Timo Solani, Michael Granlund, and Juha-Matti Aaltonen.
Nice. Good naming. Good
Yeah, I
naming.
know.
Right, so back to the medal table, top 3.
Yeah, sorry.
Gary's turn.
I haven't watched any of it, so I'm going to guess Canada because they seem to be everywhere. That is a Canadian national.
Yeah, I know.
I'm Canada, Germany, and Greece.
Well, one that came up quite often with you guys was Germany. Germany are second. It goes Norway first, Germany second, third.
Canada.
Hazard a guess.
So it's not Canada,
No.
Korea.
No.
It's not going to be China, is it? No, it could be Russia.
USA. Guys got it.
That was a guess.
They've won. It goes in the gold medals won by Norway 9, Germany 8, and USA 7. Although USA have more medals won than Norway have.
Although this is all time of recording, of course. It's the 19th, so there's still more games.
And that was about Sean White winning that one at all.
Which was unreal. Yeah, that was one thing because my buddy was watching a lot of snowboarding, and I was like, oh man, when's Sean White getting that? Just because I played the game.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you huge shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Did he not? He quit one of the. He didn't turn up for some form of.
I think one of the events he was in, I think he fell.
He felony gave up and just rode to the bottom.
Or did he quit the half pipe and then just fell on the slopes down?
No,
he quit one of them.
He did the
I
half
think
pipe.
it was a half pipe. I'm sure it was.
So he must have quit slopes down. Because I remember he said that, like, in an interview he was just like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Because I'm sure half pipe that was his thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's the way you can go back and forth down.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Although I think it's probably quite good for the sport. Just a bit of competition.
Even though
it widens the field a bit. So.
Although I don't know, having that kind of rock star name. Because let's be honest.
Yeah, it does help to really endorse the
He's the
sport.
face of snow sports.
Yeah, it's kind of like same with Tony Hawk.
So, well, you've got in America there's a speed skater called Sammy Davis, a big black guy, who's on to win I think it was like 3 gold medals in 3 consecutive Winter Olympics, which is pretty big.
So someone won a gold medal today. Norwegian biathlete. What?
Imagine it, so these are back like, well, I've got a better one!
I've got a better person. This guy's won more medals.
You racist.
Than you have fingers. I probably understood what I was saying, but Ole Einar Bjorndalen became the most decorated Winter Olympiad with 13 medals, 8 of them being gold.
Then again, he's 40.
I haven't started collecting my medals yet, so I might catch up.
So, I don't know if he won a bronze or silver there. It'll be one of the two, because he hasn't won a gold. Today. I have no idea, but...
That's not bad, though. That kind of longevity you don't usually see.
Yeah, that's like
in
winter
sport.
sports, exactly.
Stuff, is it?
It's kind of Ben Ainsley shit, you know?
I'd say a bit more like
40 in your biathlon.
Sorry, Ben Ainsley.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, biathlon is huge. What's that, skiing and shooting?
Skiing and shooting, so the ski for 7.5 kilometers?
I have no idea. I know they go a while and then suddenly got to like calm down
And then lie down.
you know,
Shoot.
set your breathing and hit 5 targets, 5 shots and go and get a 4.
The hardest part must be just getting back up from after you've taken your shot.
Oh, yeah.
But he was actually not at the top until today, because he'd only won, what is it? He won the 10k gold in '98, which would have placed him joint top with Bjorn Dale of Norway.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. So, overall, I'm guessing you guys enjoyed it then?
It's good it's really good to watch.
It's the variety of events as well, like 1 minute like figure skating as well, and you go, oh no, well obviously
Just
there's
I mean-
nothing but this. Yeah.
How uncomfortable does that doubles luge look though?
It's just like the tall guys in front of the short guys. I see more weird.
It just looks like they're kind of spinning.
I feel like every time you jump in, it's kind of like, so this is what we did in prison.
It's an upward thrust from the person underneath it like that.
Can you imagine what a little skeleton would be like? Oh, even worse.
That's a side name. Park, man, that's bogey. That's
Cheers right there.
That's firing.
slapped on top of a bonnet. That's what it is.
I was going to try and bring it back to anybody else got news with Sochi stuff? Sochi?
I think we're pretty much done.
I don't see anything new coming up.
Yeah, I haven't seen any
If you really want,
sports,
if you really want some news, there's something on figure skating. Yuna Kim leads after Lip. Oh god, that's a really good name. Lipnitskaya.
The Russian.
Yeah, she fell. This 15-year-old prodigy
Supposed to win the gold.
supposed to win the gold. She goes for what is it, a triple spin with a toe flip, and she just crumbles.
It was a pretty good back up. It was
And
kind
when she got back up, when she finished her routine, she was third at the time. But then that Italian girl comes out and just knocks her clean at the middle.
I think that's kind of what I don't like about the Olympics. Like, not just the Winter Olympics, but when a kid, because she's a kid, she's 15, comes in and everyone's like, oh, go well, oh yeah. She falls over, which kids do. I still fall over. I still regret walking. and they're like, oh, and she's probably going to get.
She didn't even get a hug. Her mum came and gave her a jacket. She came off. She didn't give her a hug.
Yeah, that's
kind of walk back to the podium and wait for
because they've been built. They're pretty much their entire lives to do this, and you fail. You're 15. You're going to fail.
It's pretty emotional. She wasn't emotional. There's no emotion in it.
No, but in 4 years' time, she's going to be 19. She'll probably win something.
Yeah, she'll be tiny.
So I was going to bring back to people on transfer talk. Does anybody have any massive transfer stories?
I've got one.
Massive.
I've got one.
Okay.
Michael Hector's contract is due to end at the end of the season with Reading. What are the chances of Aberdeen signing him again?
I think it's quite.
I think it's pretty good. I think especially they win the League Cup.
I mean, I think it's really positive since he's still got a picture of himself and the Aberdeen badge on his Twitter page.
Maybe he just doesn't.
His profile picture, so that's always a good sign.
Does he use Twitter a lot though?
Yeah, he does actually.
Oh, so he does.
Like, he's always cheering on Aberdeen, like after the cup final. He's just
He's
tweeting
not
so much good
was
stuff.
he Reading?
Yeah, right.
He's not going to look at just now.
No, he's on the bench all the time.
He was on injuries.
Got brought back because they had injury problems and he was playing really well at Aberdeen.
Yeah,
It's
so
just we'll go back 2 years. Nah.
I'd like to see him back. I think Alan Tate, when he's on loan from Swansea.
He's one of the best.
That face fan's perfect. Yeah, I think what's Alan Tate is, I think we should definitely go. Yeah, Shannon Logan, he's on loan from Bournemouth or something.
Yeah,
I think he's actually well. He's solid.
But then again, Sean is injured, is he?
No, he played against Logan played right mid. So,
She was destroyed.
what an absolute embarrassment.
Was it Chris Evelyn now play for him as well?
Yeah, he does. He's up front.
Is he not a St. Johnstone?
Yeah, he's
He's a St. Johnstone.
St. John's.
Okay. But Jemba thinks he's got a chance of making it to the Cameroon squad for the World Cup.
That's why started playing for
Not
Southampton.
Yeah,
So how many other Cameroon strikers did you put ahead of him? Well, you've got Jordan Isley.
midfield.
He's a
Who
midfielder.
midfielder? Oh.
Yeah. And Jordan Isley is from Ghana as well.
Etu.
What you got?
He's not striking, he's midfielder.
Yeah.
So, Song.
Yeah, you've got Alex Song.
Miyake can play in centre mid as well.
Belgium.
Is that Belgium?
Basically, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are ahead of him. Let's be honest. When you can't cut it at certain minute, you're not going to make it to the World
Is
Cup.
Jeremy still on the
Even if Jeremy's got a broken leg, he's better than Jemba.
Yeah, probably.
I really haven't heard any transfer talk because it's
Oh, I forgot Andre Guillermo.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Mine has died, so I didn't know what started.
That's
I'm
okay.
not joking. I remember.
I want stuff here, it's fine. As far as transfer talk goes,
What about Luke Remy? Because his loans to end at the end of the season.
I need to buy it.
Yeah, Newcastle got first edge to buy, but who gets that bid?
Keep just going to be, well, we can have money for next one.
Because keeping our fifth in the league, and they're losing every single time they play at the moment.
So Ryan Morrison just
It's only a loan for the rest of the season.
He's kind of hit or miss, I think.
But then Arsenal are set to.
It's quite an interesting midfield combination there with Rafael Morrison and Joey Barton.
Yeah. And what's the midfield general boy? It's not Carl Henry, though.
It's not Clint Hill either, is it?
Carl Henry does play for QPR.
Yeah,
I've never seen like a proper number 8 that just kicks smoke.
Yeah.
And then
Sean Denny.
No. It was definitely.
It must be tired. It must be he's taking
He's
his
too much.
yeah.
Farrell?
Alejandro Foley. No, it's Carl Henry.
He looked like Henry.
No, it's I thought in the middle it's Joey Barton and Nico Crunchar.
No,
So I
I
remember-
started season song.
Oh right, well I watched the Burnley game a couple of weeks ago and it was definitely Barton and
Oh, okay.
Crunchar.
No, it definitely was
It's just that game, I remember watching the QPR game, and all the strikers are injured, so you've got Andy Johnson, Bobby Zamora, and who else do they have up front as well?
Charlie Austin.
Charlie Austin. All three of them,
They're quality.
all are injured, they play Nico Crunchar up front.
Nico Crunchar.
Nico Crunchar.
Actually, no, I think he could be a
Nico.
good striker. I mean,
He
he's
barely hit the ball.
He hit the ball, but he never put a shot on target that whole game, he had 13 shots.
Well, because he's the type of guy that plays in number 10 with confidence and hit from 25 yards. He's not the kind of guy that leads at line.
Yeah, all his shots were taken from it.
That's one game.
It is one game.
It's just he only put his injuries. He didn't get bite. He didn't get bought for it.
well, he's on the loan as well.
Oh, good. He didn't get bought in a long time.
Well,
One of the questions I was thinking of was obviously the World Cup is a bit of a big pot, with everyone knowing who they've got. Spain are a bit of an interesting decision. Who to bring? Negredo, Torres. Now, in my head, that's not even a question. It's Negredo.
it's clearly Negredo.
Yeah.
Look at the strike power the boys put into
Yeah, everyone I ask kind of connects me and asks me what about this. But I was a bit puzzled why this came up on kind of a talk show. I was like, well, everyone else does.
Well, why are everyone else Torres?
They've got Diego Costa, so whoever, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, they can fit the system where they can play, because Diego Costa's quite similar to Negredo, is he not?
He's quicker than Negredo.
Yeah.
He's not as much of a poacher.
He's a bit bigger as well. I think he's a bit more.
Stronger.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's a bit more of an aerial
But
threat.
Negredo is still a beast, though.
Yeah, of course.
I think Negredo's probably better than Eric, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they've difficult to kind of compare.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they are quite similar, but then Torres, he's losing his pace, and he can't head the ball.
Well, he can't score either.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean, like we haven't even considered like if he got in form, he's still got to make a bit of a case for himself. I know he's definitely played quite well for the national team.
Yeah.
So that might be a
David,
favourite.
is David Villa retired?
No, David is still there. He's scoring goals.
Goals.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
he could get brought back in.
Plus, he can play on the wing,
I know
which is
exactly.
interesting.
And then you've got, well,
Because
big
the
one.
side they won Euro 2000.
Haven't we? We've totally forgotten Fernando Llorente as well.
And
Diego
Diego
Costa.
Costa.
Yeah, for Juve. So.
Diego Costa as well. Diego Costa, who's in.
100%.
Did you say Diego?
Yeah,
Yeah, Negredo and Diego Costa.
Next time there's someone's listening.
Sorry, I was looking at the cameras.
So that also got a pretty big decision to make.
And also, just kind of bring in Talk Sport, because I decided to listen to Talk Sport for once. They had Benny McCarthy on, everyone remembers.
He barred the goals for
It's more of an anecdote than anything else, where he's speaking about how much he hates Pollins, which I can understand, because Pollins is Pollins.
Yeah.
But he compared fucking Mourinho to Mark Hughes, and said they're in the same class together, quality-wise. His exact words were, when you play for someone like Mourinho or Mark Hughes, and then have to play for someone like Paul Ince.
It's quite funny because Benny McCarthy has played for Mourinho.
Well, obviously,
Portugal,
yeah. Because that took me a minute to kind of go, wait,
Yeah.
where? So he has played for Mourinho, and successfully
Won a
so.
Champions League with them.
Yeah.
So maybe Mark Hughes employs the right tactics, but just doesn't.
Maybe it's a type of management, but I personally took that as a quality, because he did then go on to say how bad a manager Paul Ince is.
Which is pretty terrible. The things like Blackpool's just destroyed.
destroyed them,
Yeah,
yeah,
you just
yeah.
gotta see it.
Yeah, but Barney Ferguson, guys. Barney Ferguson.
His son's left as well on Monday.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the thinking.
I think that's probably why he got the job in the first place.
Yeah,
Keep your son here.
he wasn't even decent as a man. Did he manage a top flight swing?
He managed Blackburn.
He did manage Blackburn for a while, and then got sacked immediately when he got put
He
down.
did MK Dons,
Yeah.
and
He
he
did
did well
okay.
with
Yeah,
it.
he did quite well.
And then he shifted up to Blackburn and did horrifically. And that's when Allardyce took over Blackburn. And then, and then he kind of went down to someone else and then to Blackburn. And he kind of pissed him out there. But the gaffer, as he likes to call himself, or used to at least, I don't know if he still does, he used to call himself the gaffer.
Strange. I can understand how footballers go into management, like say Mark Hughes, Pollins.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but some of them aren't made for management.
No, really aren't.
I think,
Really aren't at all.
I think the problem is that when you spend your time, obviously he spent, it's his entire life pretty much working towards football. You can't play football anymore, so what else do? You be either you applaud it or, a manager. I think what choice. And in his eyes,
Gary Neville's doing both. I mean, look at him.
He's coaching. Yeah, he's coaching.
He's just coaching.
He's just coaching.
He's working his management badges, though. I heard him say that.
Yeah, he's working.
Imagine David Beckham being the manager. Jesus.
I think he could be a decent manager. With the players that you could bring in.
I think it would be quite a good winner if his Miami franchise.
I think everything else would probably just be because he'd get players in.
Exactly.
You'll get it. I reckon
That's
you'll get it.
the job of the owner.
For the first season, I would try.
The first three players that I saw him want to sign were Van Nistelrooy,
Is he not retired?
He's retired.
retired, exactly my point. Zidane, and Ronaldo. Ronaldo has a contract.
Yeah,
until
he's
2018.
Ronaldo wants to finish his career, but he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. By 2015, which is when he
Ronaldo
comes
probably
in.
finished his career at
I don't know if you guys saw what happened last week, but I got an email from EA saying a legend returns, and it was Van Nistelrooy, and it was a press conference. So of course I actually go, how the fuck is Van Nistelrooy coming back to football? And he's been training 3-4 times for the past 6 weeks. He's trying to come back seemingly. So I watched the press conference, and all he does is big up EA's Ultimate Team.
We've answered lots of football screaming.
grab their mums by the throat and ask for more points and packs. It's just, it just goes around the heavy circle.
It was a big, well, I'm not so much meaning that, I was meaning kind of the cock tease that Van Nistelrooy should put on us. Because of course I'm then kind of thinking, Van Nistelrooy, he was never quick, so.
I know.
Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie, Rooney, Januzaj, Mata. But, I wouldn't be a horrible combination anyway.
Who would he go for? Like, the only place he can go that can afford his wage, essentially would be the MLS or something.
Or he'd go to, PSV again and take a cut.
Yeah.
Because he's not getting paid anything just now. Obviously, he's not playing, so
And get some endorsements and stuff.
Well, no, he'd keep the endorsement. That's separate, that wouldn't matter.
Might do a Beckham.
Yeah, the Beckham
ship
takes the name.
They could do that, yeah. He's not coming back though. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
It was just a big cock tease at EA, which was a proof show.
Let's talk about the day left. I remember there was the game I was watching, they did all get subbed off. And then Sky Sports did like a wee little camera in the bottom corner, and it was him getting into his car or something like that. Or at the end of the game, they showed no, it was more left, Sir Alex sub off because he was moaning or something. And then before the game finished, he just walked out the tunnel and got in his car.
He got sold halfway through the summer.
Did he?
Yeah. He was sold to Real Madrid halfway through summer and then he got Carrick that season.
Oh.
So that was shit.
I thought
That is a good correlation.
on his last game, I thought he got it. Someone got
That's like Daily Mirror type shit. Speaking of which,
Also, someone uses heroin to better himself in his life.
did kind of
Scored 6 goals.
I read Bleacher Report a lot, and they're usually okay, and then they have the random story that makes zero sense. It's one of the stories I found was Maradona joined United. So I was like, what the fuck? So I press on it, because in a photo opportunity, it's in the back, like,
The pictures is one of him and Van Persie. Reels just give it a big thumbs up. It's just
yeah, I don't know, man.
white stuff.
It pisses me off, you know.
it's fat belly, his beard, and just.
What kind of cocaine did he do? Everyone else knows they do cocaine, they lose weight. You see cocaine addicts in the street, and they lose
He
weight.
just had one that made him eat loads. He was like, fucking cheeseburgers talking to him.
I think he mixed up mayonnaise and Mac sauce, and then slapped it on ice cream on top.
His munchies gone to the maximum.
Yeah, I think so.
Or there's some form of chicken or something like Chick-fil-A and just kind of put an ice cream in and eat it.
There's the good stuff.
It's not bad, man.
It's better than KFC. It's better than KFC.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I rate it KFC.
KFC's good up chicken buns.
I don't care, it's covered in silver fried stuff.
chicken, protein, sport.
Trying to connect it by bottom of the same.
Yeah, basically. Have you seen the more fire after?
Oh yeah,
Practice protein. Practice protein.
It's so bad.
Practice protein.
Jesus Christ.
It's good.
Anyway, so
Oh, it's not You can't start quoting adverts in the middle of this guy. So what are you talking now? I'm just going to cut that.
Alright, so any of you WWE fans out there, everyone remember who Mr. Mahan was?
Of course.
Yeah, he'd be coming in and shouting and pointing at people and be like, you're not doing
Yeah, so he's
I kill you.
You signed a contract to do the match!
so yeah, he's chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment, and he's dismissed talks that he wanted to, but he was preparing a bid for Newcastle United.
clutches of Mike Ashley.
So yeah.
I just thought this was amazing. You could just see him getting happy to say, "Go get him a chokehold."
Just like really bad wrestling.
I think him and Tio.
And here comes the halftime.
Yeah.
Here comes the halftime show.
Yeah.
Spring SmackDown.
I think-
CM Punk.
I think you can joke about it as much as you want, and we will for hours and hours. Such as our starting 11 of WWE. Callie's the goals.
Rey Mysterio's not going to front.
He could use the post and just like flick it.
We've got it.
Centre back, clearly.
And
Oh, but he couldn't run, he'd have no pace. Big Show.
Big Show, Dan McKellar's. I think Big Show. I don't know. I think bot team would be okay because actually, I don't know what he does. Like he brings Joe Kinnear and then Joe Kinnear leaves, and he says he likes Alan Pardew, and then brings in Joe Kinnear.
I think he uses Alan Pardew as a scapegoat quite a lot. Like if any of the problems, like they're like, oh, it's the owner, like oh, it's the owner, man. It's always the owner. And and then what's his face? Oh my god, I forgot his name already. Mike Ashley's just like, no, it's not me. It's not me.
You can call it.
I just had a great thought for our WWE family team. Like how Hardy brothers like they could be our
Okay.
our devils.
Oh my
They're
god.
fantastic.
Undertaker up front, so he can knock it down for Rey Mysterio.
We'll get Jeff and Jeff Filler guy. I don't know.
Jeff was a better one, right?
Yeah, Jeff is better.
So Jeff would be guy.
Yeah, but then Jeff is the younger one.
You got to look at it and see which one. Like I always think, you look at a player like, oh, he definitely look like he plays on the left side or the right side. Do you ever think that?
Yeah, that's how I remember my left and rights in Spanish. Because Izquierda, for some reason, I imagined being a left winger, and Derecha I thought was a right winger.
It does sound like I look at players and I look at their name and I think, oh, it's definitely.
I think it kind of reminds me of like a Vincha. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue on. What was the transfer talk I heard? And Bakary Center. There's a big talk about Sanya leaving Arsenal.
Just gonna happen. Out of contract at the end of the season.
Yeah, the weird. I'll name all the clubs that are interested in him. So you got Chelsea, Manchester City, Liverpool. Liverpool apparently made a massive offer for him.
They don't like Johnson.
I know.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Don't Glenn Johnson, Martin Kennedy.
Don't forget John
Flanagan.
They all play with the
Oh, there was him, but wait, Darby. He's
But it's so, I can't understand it. Like, what's the potential?
Was that Milan into that?
I know Milan as well.
Yeah, the thing is, Sanya, he's balling. He's great. I don't like him.
He's like, what, 31?
31, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, that's getting past, that's getting to, what is it, 8?
No.
If he's not a middle muscle kind of.
I think he's smart enough to play probably to about 34, and he'll play in the French League for a couple of years.
I think
Let's go back to one.
I reckon everyone will sign a year extension. He'll stay 1 more year, and then he'll go. I think he respects United enough that he'll help tide us through, losing Venice, losing Rio. I think he'll stay there and be the captain, and then Rooney will pick up the reins.
Do you think Leo's in Leighton Baines?
No, they're really chasing after Shaw, but I think Chelsea might.
Yeah, Shaw will definitely go Chelsea.
So,
But they've just bought like heaps of players. Like they've got Tom Callas this season. Is apparently a striker.
Chelsea for the past like 4 years
Tom
have
Callas was
just
a top.
brought in players and then loaned them out everywhere to Vitesse.
Yeah, like Lucas Piatt's
They got Piazza to come back. They've got Kakuta. They wouldn't sell Kakuta.
We've got
In
Patrick
Germany.
Parker.
Yeah.
No, Christian.
Atsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they've got Atsu and Kakuta who are kind of winger attacking mid-type players.
With Daddy.
You've got Willian and Oscar.
That
and
is-
Hazel.
I like that. Sorry.
And Carlos was already Chelsea. He just keeps getting loaned out. He came through you.
Yeah.
But Kenneth
I read a couple of days ago that they're going to have to sell because of the whole FIFA fair play thing coming in.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to.
Sell Lukaku and Courtois. It's much looking like because they need to balance the books.
But then, what do you think of the goalkeeping situation for next year? Surely Czech.
I would say
But they're getting a swap plus money for Courtois for Diego Costa to come over.
that's the deal, but I don't know if they will.
No, because I mean, it just looks set up perfectly for Courtois and just take the gloves from Czech.
It really is, and that's why I can't understand why they would even think about selling him.
About the Lukaku scenario, I don't know.
I think Mourinho doesn't like it.
No, Mourinho doesn't like
It
it.
seems like
He
it.
doesn't. I think Lukaku is the next Drogba. He's going to be the next Drogba-like player.
Although he hasn't scored in how many games now?
He's been injured.
He's been injured.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Even before
That was the problem because he was injured and then Traore came in on loan, but he was also injured and they sold Yelovich in January. That's why Stephen Naismith played for a couple weeks.
He scored a goal, did he not?
Of course he has.
As soon as a player scores,
I've only got
But
42
you know,
players.
Stephen Fletcher apparently has been called up with Scotland squad, which I think is absolutely preposterous.
Stephen Fletcher's probably
So is Jordan Fletcher.
You've got Jordan Rhodes. Jordan Rhodes is playing goals in the
Jordan
Championship.
goes in the championship.
no Stevie May up front
Yeah, with his hipster face.
Lee Griffiths has been called up.
Has
Has he scored a goal yet?
Where's Johnny Russell?
Johnny Russell.
Johnny Russell
That Derby 3
Yeah.
should be getting called up.
What, Bryson, Russell and...
Yeah, Bryson should be called up. Actually, he's been playing.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, Bryson
I
should
think
be
he
called up.
sure he was, wasn't he?
I think he was. I think you're right.
I think he might have been in that team that went to, was it Luxembourg?
Yeah, he was. So what were you thinking of that?
I don't know. I know it's I can't remember the
Yeah,
thing.
there's Russell, but there's Coots as well. There's Paul Coots, the winger.
What about the
I know personally.
What about the absolute scandal of Mark Reynolds and Peter Pollitt not making it into the Scotland squad?
I think Paul is a scandal.
I think Mark.
That's scandal, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Well, local scandal. I think Mark Reynolds.
What do you call it? Like Paulgate? Paulgate? Yeah. Paulgate?
Anyway,
RPD.
to be fair, I think Mark Reynolds deserves a shout, especially over players like Gordon Greer. 33 years old.
Horse Everett.
Danny wasn't he?
No, it's not Danny Wilson. It's something Armstrong. Does he play for Hearts?
Sure, Armstrong's the attacking midfield, doesn't he?
No, there's another. There's Jamie Armstrong. James Armstrong.
I think Mark Reynolds won't get called up because generally they don't like Aberdeen players. They never really have. Even when Russell Anderson was playing proper football.
Charlie Mulgrew played absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but it's like with Celtic, I guess you got played.
I mean, it's really sad in the sense that really a lot of sports Scotland it tends to be just like your central belt area that players get picked from.
That's what it seems to be in any sport.
But I think next season, if Aberdeen do manage to kind of get Europa League this year and win one of the cups, then I think we should be looking at them like you have.
I think you've got to.
Yeah.
I mean, playing McGinn scores against Portugal.
Everybody's more than the rest of the team.
Beats Ronaldo.
He does beat Ronaldo. He plays on the left, he's on the right. Now we get makes Ronaldo look shit. I remember screaming that one the first time we went to the pub.
Oh yeah.
What about the new chant that's on the go about Peter Pollitt? Baby Peter Pollitt. Oh.
No, actually.
How do you know?
It sounds creative as fuck.
It is.
Baby, Peter Pollitt, baby.
It's amazing. Peter Pollitt, baby. I said,
Yeah.
You just said it. I said Peter Pollitt. Peter Pollitt. Oh.
Yeah.
That's not a techno remix.
Yeah.
One, baby.
It's a Daft Punk remix.
It's that one remix, of course.
But it's a football transfer graph on it. The best one's Celery. That's the best one.
I don't know about Celery. I think Bobby Moore's ones are pretty good. I think he's
Yeah,
like saying like,
it's like where
"But no ball hits the goal. It's not here a call. It's the motor."
when the ball hits your
Head
head
down
and
your
you
sat
sat
in
in
the
the
roadside.
roadside,
That's
that's
so. That's
And
perfect.
the one I know we get a lot around terraces now. There's no good terraces.
We don't really go to the terraces.
I know, but
Terraces are like 20 miles away from photography.
I know. But like at the stadium, you don't hear the one I used to love chanting was nobody says it anymore. Like someone's diving into it, like go for the saying it. So many people are diving going,
I think the fact that Ed and Eddie isn't in style anymore, that's a
That was amazing.
I think that's why it's in style.
No, my favourite one was at the Aberdeen Dundee United game, and as soon as David Goodwillie came up to the Aberdeen end, it was just all hell broke loose. It was, you know she said no, David Goodwillie, you know she said no.
One of my favourites was I went to see Aberdeen Rangers at Ibrox, and whenever Alan Wenger got the ball, all the Aberdeen fans would chant, "He's got the touch of a
That's how creative Scottish fans are.
Yeah. Like usually the category in England, obviously, is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think
Well, analytical, quite good. It's quality. We're just going to go, what could we have rapists playing in our league? Oh, you're a rapist.
Very much.
Kind of. Yep, you're a rapist.
You always score when she's sleeping.
That's a
That's actually critical. We're not laughing at rape, we're just laughing at the choke slam.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're pretty much 8 minutes here, guys. So I've got one last question for you. Okay.
It's an extra time.
It's an extra time question. It's bonus points. This isn't Clive Anderson, and he doesn't know where the fucking points are. So anyway,
1632.
yeah. So a dog came onto the pitch of Rosario versus River Plate. Do you guys hear the story?
No,
The dog came onto the pitch and dropped the deuce. So my instant question is, if you guys had to take a shit on any ground in a stadium, which stadium would it be?
Well, because we've already been there, and I didn't get that
No,
much.
you're taking a shit on the. You can revisit if you want it.
Why not? Like, any
Or you know, any pitch. Yeah. Preferably one we would know.
Yeah, so not some like random Russian stadium that no one has ever heard of.
I would choose Anfield because of that.
That's about shit.
I think they'd really get behind me. I think they'd be big as well. I think it's he's taking a shit on Anfield. Boys, fucking go for it. Cheers, lads.
Go on, mate. That's a great effort. Go on, lads.
For being a Man U fan, I do love Liverpool fans. They're apes.
You know.
I think they'd proper get behind me until they go, is that a Man U shirt? That fucking bastard.
The reason I would shit would be like a Tottenham Arsenal game, and I'd go shit in Tottenham goal, and Lloris would absolute crap it. He would not know what to
I
do.
think I'd have to elect like under 14. I don't like I find a cold
He
soup.
really put some thought
I
into
don't
this
know.
stuff.
You know, your ass should be touching the grass.
I'd be squatting like this. It's be like dog. Like,
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
alright.
Jesus.
No, I just not animal. Just take a Tottenham shirt and then just let Arsenal.
I was trying to I thought you were going to say, like, why aren't they? Because they've got no fans. Like, shit, they're private. but no, so you guys come on.
It's got to be
You've all the stadiums you've visited. One.
Hydrox. It's got to be.
Yeah?
Yeah, just it's an absolute scum.
Celtic, no, I'd probably go Celtic Park.
Yeah, so we're
Shit in Lennon seat.
So we can play one of the biggest clubs in Aberdeen, in Scotland rather. That's a good catch.
Biggest clubs in Aberdeen.
They're the biggest clubs.
I'm surprised
To be
by
fair,
my voice.
if you walk in an Aberdeen, I reckon you'd probably find quite a few sucking major stand before you find Aberdeen.
No.
At least where you happen in
So I
Scotland.
didn't really know when you'd find out.
You're going to find one.
Glory Hunters.
Let's go.
That's a 2-week cup fight, but one final and we're almost there.
Almost another, and we're second.
Yeah.
But
We're against Dumbarton in the next. Like, if we lose, it's gonna be another Queen of the South.
yeah, no,
Let's pray that doesn't happen.
Let's pray and wait for the next bomb. The bombshell? I was about to do a top.
Bombshell.
I was about to do a top gear ending there.
we tried to get on that bombshell.
And on that bombshell, but I can't.
Well, on that bombshell, Morris unable to speak English. But no, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, have a good time.
Thanks for listening, folks. If you somehow lasted the 90 minutes. Okay.
Well done. Thank you.
Cheers.